Hey guys, before I get started, I just wanted to take a minute to commemorate Memorial Day and honor all those who died for this country. A little history on the day. It became a national holiday in 1971. Prior to that, it was called Decoration Day, which was to commemorate those who died in the Civil War. So again, let's remember those who paid the ultimate sacrifice. Okay, let's get right into it. I'm calling this episode my Core 4, and I just want to get real for a second. As I've indicated before, like, this channel is an opportunity for me to provide a distraction, document my journey, but at the heart of it, it really is about the watches. And so as I defer purchasing anything for a fairly significant amount of time as I save for that Omega, how am I doing that? Like, how do I enjoy the hobby still and not buy anything? Because for a lot of us, that is just part of the natural flow of how we migrate through this great hobby. So with that being said, my Core 4, that's how I do it. I kind of picked my current 4 favorite watches. I'm just going to go over them real quickly, but this really helps me get through right now, and I have other watches in my collection too, but these right now are what I would call my Core 4. The first one is my Monster. This is just an enjoyable watch. It's my favorite of my collection. A little story behind it is that I was purchasing one of my other watches, and in the cart through GShock, I had a Hamilton Viewmatic at the same time. My wife actually saw the Monster online. I think it was in my eBay because I've been looking at it and stuff. I didn't have quite enough in my budget to be able to do it at the time, and she fell in love with it. She loved the color of it. She said, well, why don't you just get this one? And I said, and she freed up some money for the budget. So, like, I canceled the order for the Hamilton Viewmatic, and then the Monster was born. So like I said, I love stories with watches too as well. So that's my Monster. The next one is my Oris Big Crown Pointer date. That right there was my largest purchase by far on a watch, which, as you guys know, once you take that next step, you know, from the affordables to, I guess, the next step up, it's a little stressful. It's a lot of money to spend on a watch, and I don't take that lightly. That Oris Big Crown Pointer date is my daily wearer as a general rule to work. I mix other things up. Type of job I have, it suits it well. It's super comfortable, has a unique complication, and the finishing is awesome on it. So that's just a great watch, and it's kind of my first dipping my toe into, I guess, what you could classify as more of a luxury piece, or, you know, an above $1,000 piece. My next one, which could be a surprise, is probably one of my least expensive watches, which is my GShock 5610, and I've got it on a Combi bracelet. Again, another story on this watch here. I was looking at a 5610. I loved, like, just the color scheme on it, that retro 80 vibe on it, and one of the chat groups I'm in, I started talking about that. And then I happened to have, or I saw it on a Combi bracelet, and I think once you see it on a Combi bracelet, it's kind of hard to unsee that. And the story behind this watch is my buddy Jerry really hooked me up with this one. He actually happened to have one, had an extra Combi bracelet, and sold it to me for a reasonable price. So again, the making friends portion of the hobby is just fantastic, and I really wear that watch just about every day. It's super comfortable, it's great for yard work, really light on the wrist. My last watch, and what I'm calling my Core 4 right now, is my Traska Freediver. This, again, is just a great watch. It's my first micro brand. Story behind this one is my buddy Random Rob sold that one to me out of his personal collection, and before that it actually belonged to another guy in Discord whose name's Pete. He's got a great channel, Chillin Wit Watches, so check that one out if you haven't. But again, I love that Traska. It's a great watch, and for the price point, you can't beat it. I would dare say out of those four, I think the first three are definitely keepers in my collection right now. The Traska, I'm not 100% sure. I'm not getting rid of it anytime soon, but that might be one that could migrate away at some point in time. But again, you know, this collection here really keeps me focused. It gives me some, you know, some great things to wear and enjoy. So I'm going to drop another video of just a short video of the look on those. And I've got some stuff in the description. Most of you guys are probably familiar with those watches. But again, happy Memorial Day, and stay positive, make friends, and enjoy the journey. See you next time, guys. Here's another shot of what I'm calling my Core 4. I think just great variety, great color, a lot of versatility there. So thanks again, guys.